we've had a lot of talking again today because the Furies were at Wembley Stadium promoting, obviously, Fury versus White, which takes place on the 24th of
April.
24th of April.
Was it
I don't know
23rd?
why I had June in my head.
It's the 23rd, something around that.
It's St. George's Day. That
Okay.
shows how patriotic I am. But I don't even know when it is. But yeah, it was a weird one, man. Fury and his whole gang turn up. White nowhere to be seen. What do you think about this whole how Dillian Whyte's played this?
Yeah, I didn't watch the press conference, but I feel like Dillian Whyte, it might hurt his career in the long term, but in the short term, I know he's thinking that it doesn't matter if he turns up. He's not getting a slice of the pay-per-views. He's getting a fixed fee, isn't he? So he's thinking, what's the point? I might as well just train hard. So I don't know. If he wins, obviously he's a big star anyway, but he could have really elevated his presence fighting Fury and got more fans on his side, especially as that you're saying is that people are getting sort of fed up of Fury. But Dillian Whyte's that guy. He's unpredictable. That's what makes him Dillian Whyte. Like Chisora, Dillian Whyte, they're both psychopaths.
And that's what makes him entertaining. Like, you don't know what they're going to do. But you know what? It's weird because he hasn't turned up for his press conference, but everyone's now talking about he hasn't turned up for his press conference.
Yeah.
In a weird way, he's still got his promotion out of it as well.
Yeah.
But if you watch like the Fury's interviews and stuff on like IFL TV, man, I'm not joking. They seem rattled. They actually, I know Fury puts on this thing like, oh no, like I'm in his head. He's not turning up or whatever. But you can tell Fury might not be as rattled, but Frank Warren is definitely rattled.
It's affecting his money though, isn't it?
It's affecting his money, and he's thinking Eddie Hearn is fucking stitching me up here. They believe that Eddie Hearn is behind all this, like the mastermind behind all of this, which is absolutely hilarious, man. It's honestly so funny, but I think he will turn up when it's actually fight week time.
Yeah. 100%.
But it's just hilarious. Imagine if he rocks up to a press conference with Eddie Hearn on fight week. Oh my God, it'd be so funny. But it looks like he's just training hard in Portugal, man. All he's doing is like Instagramming either stories of his dogs or him or him just dripping with sweat. Like, that's the only
he does love his dogs. He won't fly his family out there, but he'll fly his dogs out there.
Apparently, he said last minute, I want a private jet
for his dogs.
Nah, he said, I want a private jet to fly out to the press conference. And then they agreed to it, apparently, Frank Warren said. And then he's like adding more conditions on and stuff. He probably did say he wants his dogs flown out and shit as well. And then, his manager or something said to Frank Warren, we're not giving you the rights to use any of our pictures, so don't put a picture of White in the background of the press conference.
Oh my God.
He's got Frank on strings, man. Honestly, Frank's gonna look like Bob Arum by the end of this. I swear down, man. But
you know what? They could have avoided this by giving Dillian Whyte a little piece of the pay-per-view. Then he would have been there. He would have definitely been there.
But honestly, it's jokes, man. In terms of the actual press conference, like it was just standard Fury. Like he had a face-off by himself and stuff like that. He was just trying to entertain the crowd.
Yeah.
The one interesting thing though that come out of it was like Carl Frampton was there.
Yeah.
And John Fury like got in his face and started shouting at him because when the Tommy and Jake Paul fight was meant to happen, apparently he said that Tommy would lose to Jake Paul, which I don't see the issue with. At the end of the day, he's a guy who gets paid. Like he's a fucking he's a commentator, but he's a two-weight world champion. Like he can have his opinion. Like he's been in the fucking game.
He deserves an opinion.
If anyone deserves an opinion, it's Carl Frampton. But John was getting in his face, like saying, like, "Oh, that's just bullshit" or whatever. He's like, "I'm not talking to you," and like turns around like a big kid. Like he's a bit immature, to be honest. Like that is like if the guy's got a different opinion, he's got a different opinion.
Exactly.
And then Tommy Fury as well. Like he got interviewed because he was there today as well, and he was like, "Yeah, I agree with what my dad said. Like you should." One thing that these guys, the Furies, the most contradictory people on the planet. He goes, Tommy Fury, he goes, either way, Carl Frampton should be backing his own countryman, like blah, 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 blah. But then when Fury used to get asked, and I swear Tommy said the same before, when they'd get asked who would win between Wilder and Joshua, Wilder will smoke him. Like, but then why are you not backing your countryman then? What the hell?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. But you know what? Even like, all right, take Carl Frampton. Let's just say like an average commentator who hasn't boxed. He still should be able to say, I think Jake Paul will beat Dominic Fury without John Fury getting upset. You know, you can understand he's passionate about his son and stuff, but it's just an opinion. He doesn't need to get that upset over it. It's weird, very weird.
Honestly, anyone that pays for pay-per-view, anyone that takes time out of their life to watch something,
Yeah,
you could give your opinion. That's
100%.
how the world works. Like, you give your opinion. Like, whether people like your opinion or not, like, that is what it is. But you should be able to give your opinion without some angry old man screaming in your face. That is what it is. So
yeah.
But
and
yeah,
he also
man.
said, I just want to finish on that. He also said, get the facts right. Something about facts. So they haven't fought. So what if they fought and Tommy won? That's a fact. There's no facts. There is no facts in this situation.
It's literally pure opinion. They're both novices. And like, oh man, Jesus Christ. At the end of the day, Tommy was the one that pulled out the fight. So I don't know how he's giving it the big one, but it is what it is. That's it really. I think from this week.